Before we dive in, let's address one crucial aspect of this particular Rolex GMT Master. It's not designed to cater to everyone's taste. In fact, it's unlikely to appeal to the majority of people, and it might even be deemed unappealing by most. This watch is tailored to suit only a select few individuals worldwide. There's no denying it. It requires a very specific appreciation to enjoy, or at least not find utterly unattractive. However, despite this, it could arguably be considered one of the most remarkable timepieces ever crafted by Rolex. There's an innate connection between humans and gemstones that has persisted throughout history. For millennia, people have revered stones, attributing them with various meanings and powers. They've been used to symbolize luck, protection, social status, and even healing properties. Today, practitioners of astrology believe that different stones possess distinct medicinal properties, utilizing rubies for ailments like rheumatism, emeralds for jaundice, diamonds for diabetes, and yellow sapphires for, you may be surprised, gastrointestinal issues. The collective fascination with shiny objects dates back to early mankind itself, offering intriguing insights into the capabilities of people during ancient times. The older the jewelry, the more pliable the materials used, with soft metals like gold being among the earliest utilized. While prehistoric humans adorned themselves with fragments of stone, shell, and bone over 75,000 years ago, it wasn't until another 70,000 years passed that humans mastered the art of crafting colored glass and semi-precious stones such as lapis lazuli, turquoise, and carnelian. It took an additional 2,500 years for the Greeks to develop techniques for shaping harder precious stones like emerald. In India, diamonds were initially recognized for their potential as metal engraving tools and were set in their natural state into jewelry. However, it wasn't until the 1300s that attempts were made to shape diamonds, albeit rudimentarily polishing them. It took another century to develop the technology to produce facets on diamonds. After all, how does one cut the hardest natural substance known to man? The solution was simple, using more of the hardest substance known to man. While diamond is renowned for its hardness, it's also inherently brittle and can be easily crushed into dust. The advent of continuous rotary motion in tools during the 15th century enabled craftsmen to apply the precise techniques necessary to produce properly faceted diamonds. But how does this translate to the GMT Master? To understand, let's delve into the inner workings of Rolex's smallest production facility located in Chêne-Bourg, Switzerland. Despite being referred to as small, it's actually a 10-story building, half of which is buried underground. This facility is dedicated to dial production and gem setting. The 116758 essays case in 18-karat gold sourced from Rolex's own foundry. Their central laboratory, Rolex's largest building, is where the company manufactures its own blends of 904L stainless steel, gold, including their proprietary rose gold blend called Eberose, and ceramics, which have become an industry standard over the past decade. The precious stones destined to adorn the watch are carefully selected from an extensive collection, numbering hundreds of thousands, all of which are internally flawless. Not just close to flawless, but completely flawless. Given the high stakes involved, with the risk of receiving fake or lab-grown stones being a real concern, Rolex employs a machine costing around £35,000 that uses light to meticulously filter out imperfections from the genuine stones. It sifts through a staggering number of stones, approximately 1 in 10 million, but ensuring authenticity is paramount, making it a necessary investment for the company. Once the gems are selected, they're handed over to the skilled gem setters, a team of 20 individuals out of the 800 people employed at Chêne-Bourg. Remarkably, all of their work is meticulously performed by hand. While a typical dial takes approximately 25 minutes to produce, the 116758 essays dial, adorned with a staggering 400 diamonds, yes, I counted them, requires days to set them all. If you haven't examined a diamond setting closely before, you may not be familiar with how it functions. In a solitaire ring, for instance, the diamond rests in a cradle, with several claw-like prongs securing it in place. The pave settings featured on the dial operate similarly, albeit with significantly more complexity in manufacturing. Once the gem setter has selected the stones to match the design, they must prepare the dial by drilling small holes smaller than the diamonds they will accommodate into the dial, one for each diamond. This process, known as mitzvah or French strafing, resembles the pattern of a bombing target. Extreme precision is required during this stage, as it determines the final placement of each stone. Subsequently, the holes are widened to create a perfect fit for each diamond, with no extra space. This is accomplished using a bull burr, a rounded grinding tool that ensures a smooth finish. Care is taken to avoid enlarging each hole beyond the necessary size, otherwise, the dial would be rendered unusable. The most challenging aspect begins once the gem setter has ensured the diamonds fit snugly into their recesses. Although the stones are securely seated, they still require proper fixation to prevent them from dislodging. Given that glue is not an option, the gem setter employs a very sharp graver, a scraping tool typically used for metal engraving, to slice the small pillars of material remaining between all the drilled and bored holes. Each pillar is then divided into 4, with each acting as the claws securing the diamonds, akin to those in a solitaire ring. A beading tool resembling a punch with a fine concave tip, providing an appealing spherical finish. This meticulous process is repeated for every stone, 400 times in total. Similarly, the same procedure is applied to the lugs and crown guards, where the setting is more visible, while the channel-set gems in the bezel exhibit remarkable precision, with no discernible gap between each stone. Although Rolex does not undertake the cutting of stones in-house, a rare exception, the task of selecting the precise stone to achieve a flawless seam is equally demanding and time-intensive. Since these are natural stones, color variations are inherent. Hence, someone at Rolex is tasked with the formidable responsibility of sifting through thousands of gems to identify the 59 best ones for each bezel. While the 116758 essays may present an aesthetic challenge for many consumers, the Rolex offers a different kind of challenge altogether. These gem-set watches represent some of the most exquisite handcrafting you'll encounter from the renowned brand, demanding the traditional skills of artisans who have dedicated their entire lives to mastering their craft. Upon closer inspection, one can't help but marvel at the impressive craftsmanship displayed. If there are any other watches you'd like us to review, please feel free to let us know in the comments below. And that concludes our video. Thank you for joining us here at Ventichic. Remember to leave a like and comment on this video. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to stay updated on future releases. We'll see you in the next video.